It's the Opie and Anthony Show, the O&A virus, spreading across America. We say hi to Otto and George.
Good evening.
Otto.
What's happening?
What's up, Otto?
This is the early show, George. There's no cursing on this one.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't curse on this one.
No.
That's a shame because I got like 50 new great cock jokes that I want to try out today.
George has to calm down.
Yeah, he might have to calm down over here.
Otto doing Cleveland with us the 23rd of September. Great, we got him on another show. If you're in Cleveland right now and you're listening, tickets are on sale. Yeah, there's a special. They call it the Jim Norton special.
Of course they do.
Make you want to vomit. $10 reserve seat tickets. There's a limited number of these special tickets. And get them quick because when they're gone, they're gone, according to the redundancy-loving idiot that is my agent. Limited number of $10 reserve tickets are going to go on sale as of now. This is a good thing they reprinted this and made it, like, fresh. This is tomorrow morning. Wait, that will be Saturday. No, it's on sale now. Wait, was that yesterday? Jesus, can we update these? Once they're gone, they're gone. Right now, the tickets are on sale, Cleveland. So buy them, despite the fact.
I thought perhaps you had a reading problem.
No, I don't. I'm doing dates, and I'm subtracting from the calendar. And wait, how many in February this month? All right. This month. Good improv skills.
Cleveland, it's simple.
Come to the show, $10 ticket.
$10 tickets for the O&A Traveling Virus, and it's the last date on the tour. And we officially added Otto and George this week.
Thank you.
We're very,
won't
very
let you
psyched.
guys down either.
Double cock.
You're gonna dump that out now.
Language, young man. This is my home.
See, now they know what happens when you do that, Otto? They dumped that out, which means the nice compliment we just gave you, they didn't hear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm not going to do the compliment again.
Unfortunately, they can't just hit one word at a time.
They just chop.
Oh,
we need
God.
that technology.
I'm sorry.
Word recognition.
Yeah, sniper.
And then you load it in, and just that word gets dumped out.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I'm inventing that. Ooh, right now.
Oh, really?
I patented that. No one patents.
By the way, really fast, Mr. Wonderful from Jersey. You guys are hypocrites. You talked about how Ron and Fez were ripping you off, but now you're pissed. Now you're pissed that Howard says the same. I bet since Ron and Fez are on your station, you've told them to knock it off too. I bet this never makes the air.
Wait a minute.
Ron.
When did we say Ron and Fez were ripping us off? Can I just say something here? And maybe we'll say it when we go to the other side also. The Ron and Fez thing was a joke.
I can't believe
we were all... I know, I can't believe it has to be explained.
We were hoping we would never have to explain it.
Hey, morons. We love Ron and Fez. It's the show I listen to when I'm driving home. I love Ron and Fez. They are funny, nice guys who have never done anything bad to us. We've never done anything bad to their show. It is nothing but a loving relationship.
It's the only radio show I listen to. The only one.
We have a blast with those guys.
And we decide out of nowhere because we just F with each other all the time. We started this whole fake battle. And we couldn't believe how many people actually bought into it.
It was such an aside. Somebody called it. I told you about Ron and Fez, and I just said, nah, we don't like those guys anymore.
Yeah, and we can't talk about it. People get suspended, and there's human resources involved. And
never meant to be a bit. Never meant to continue.
Jumped on it.
How would anybody buy that?
But now we have to explain that it's a bit for this Mr. Wonderful.
And a few other idiots that actually are like, you guys won't talk about your problem with Ron and Fez. The problem... We see him in the hall going when we're coming and going from the station and just laugh about the whole thing and how seriously people take it. It's hysterical. You're a moron.
It was never intended to be believable. Didn't it tip anybody off when somebody called in and they were saying, Ron and Fez, what's going on? And all I said was, Fez referred to himself as gregarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only answer I would give is that Fez called himself gregarious.
And then their
Doesn't that
side,
tip you off?
they were saying that Fez was sexually harassed by Opie and Jimmy, and that it was going through human resources. Mm-hmm. And then we each went on our respective vacations, and each show said that the other show was suspended for doing something to the other show during vacation time that we had announced that we were taking vacation. It was so poorly planned out and put together, we knew not one idiot would actually believe it, but again, we underestimated the idiots.
A few people have believed it.
And one of them...
How you feeling now, Mr. Wonderful?
It was malarkey.
You're an idiot.
Anyway...
These are the same people that heckle at a comedy show like that thing in Philadelphia. It's just stupid, you know?
They don't get it.
It takes a guy a lifetime to get to the point to play a venue like that. It's probably 100 years of performing experience on that show, and they come and heckle, and they don't even listen to what the guy's saying, you know?
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Did you see the video of Bill Burr yet?
Oh, it's amazing.
Going after 10,000 people?
He stuck up for everybody.
And they're commenting about the video as well. That one's on YouTube. Just throw Bill Burr or Opie and Anthony into the search. You'll see it. It's getting downloaded like crazy. It's one of the most viewed videos of the week as far as comedy videos go. It's just
amazing.
It's just taken off. And then you read the comments, and people are like, obviously this was planned. Obviously, he's doing his material. It's like, no, he's not. He threw all that out the window and decided just to attack these people.
Don Irera is one of the great comics of our time, and he's from Philadelphia. Didn't even give him a chance.
No.
You know? What a bunch of jerk-offs.
By the way, the video has been viewed, one version, because with YouTube you get a million versions of the same video.
Yeah.
The one version of the Bill Burr taking on Philly has been viewed over 70,000 times.
That, of course.
That is just monstrous.
Yeah.
I worked with your co-star, Rick Shapiro, Wednesday at Caroline's. There was some jerk heckling him there, too, but they took care of him. Yeah.
I love Rick.
Yeah, his voice was gone, but he was still brilliant, really funny.
Yeah, he's a great comic.
Yeah, he's great.
But Bill Burr handled it perfectly, and now it's one for the ages. It really
man.
is. As far as comedy goes, it's one for the ages. The comments are, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of comments on the damn thing.
He's a redhead. Those guys have horrible tempers. They should have never antagonized him.
Yeah, he unloaded.
Redheads are very quick-tempered,
backstage, we were saying it's about time because we knew this crap was in his head.
Yeah.
We knew it was in his head.
Yeah.
Actually, it's up to 75,000.
Yeah, Bill Burr was always portrayed as the nice one, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The nice boy. And then he just unloaded.
But he's not he's a nice guy, but he's like repressing throat-cutting anger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that when you
Tons
talk
of
to him.
rage in
And
there.
that came out.
In all comics have rage, but he's got extra rage, too.
He left no line uncrossed, too, with pounding those people personally.
That was so
their
funny.
Their families, everything.
Rocky's a fictitious character.
Yeah, Joe Frazier's real.
Yeah, that was
But
great.
because he's black, you don't give him...
How did Don Irera take that whole experience? It took it with a grain of salt?
Yeah, he's a pro. He's a comic. Yeah. He's fine with that. He knows what it is.
Schubert kind of just went into overdrive. Did you see Schubert's clip?
No.
They booed Schubert off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's a local boy, and
Idiots.
They just didn't give him a chance.
They never gave him a chance.
Yeah.
His whole set was, the booing was louder than his material. Yeah, that one was uncomfortable. That was douche chill.
Do you think it would help
the
cause if you guys introduced all the performers instead of Voss, who's kind of generally hated by everybody anyway?
Voss actually did very well and brought the crowd back a couple of times.
Did he?
Yeah, he did really good.
Did he?
It was actually his best appearance as far as the only traveling virus.
Yeah, I remember you said that on the air.
It really was.
As a human being, he's hated. That's absolutely a fact.
And they started going at him, and he had the best line that calmed everyone down. They were kind of like, abusing him and maybe starting that booing thing. And he goes, if you guys don't shut up, I'll bring Jimmy Schubert back. And the place just lost it.
Oh, okay.
And then he had him. He had him for the rest of the night.
Okay.
He really, really kicked ass.
God.
I would trust me, we would love to jump on and say, yeah, he sucked, and we love beating up Rich. But the reality is... The reality is he was unbelievable.
You got to be fair.
Tracy went on after him. Tracy Morgan did really well.
Did he?
Yeah. Everyone got like a little bit of crap, though. Philly, they're just animals, man.
Yeah.
But how about you? You just treated like an icon, right?
Well, no, they were good to me. I went on after Bill, and, it was fun.
Jimmy did fine. Jimmy killed. Wow. He did. He was unbelielible, too. All right,
James, you were there, right? Who did the best? Yeah.
You don't have to say that because I'm here, sir. It's okay.
I know. It's so embarrassing for everybody.
I know. It makes us all uncomfortable.
Or at least, maybe pause like you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
See. I'll give it to Jimmy. Yeah, a little acting would be nice.
Yeah, that was really bad. Who would you say did the... Jimmy, I saw it, Jimmy. By far.
I'm looking right at him, so it has to be Jimmy.
Best ever. Crocodile hunt the joke.
Nah, you got to be topical.
What are the odds of being killed by a stingray? You're more likely to be run over by a stampede of Jews going to pick up a check.
Unfunny.
That was a good one.
Unfunny.
All right, we're going to take a break. Otto, what are we promoting today?
Oh, that thing in Philly, comedy, what is it called?
Oh, the Helium Comedy Club?
No. Comedy Cabaret.
Well, I gave the competitor.
Oops.
There you go.
We welcome all hecklers.
Oh, what do I know? I'm just
The
frightened.
Comedy Cabaret in Philly this weekend?
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how these radio plugs draw people there, because I haven't worked for this Scarpati in 20 years.
You kill Otto didn't do Philly with us because we had booked in advance, but he did PNC, and you murdered on PNC, man. I mean, everyone was talking about your appearance. This show's gonna sell out. What are the comedy? The cabarets are small clubs, man. So just get tickets. Don't try to walk up, you Philly dopes.
Okay.
There will be no seats.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Comedy Cabaret with Otto and George. We highly recommend you
Thanks,
go
man.
check them out.
Which Comedy Cabaret, though? There's a few of them. Do you have a phone number?
You know, Best Western. I got a phone number somewhere.
Oh, man.
All right. Well,
You are the worst at plugging your own gigs.
Yeah,
I know, man. I know.
We're just trying to help you out, Otto.
I know.
You think maybe the guy that shot Eric Bogosian can get the number?
You should just have it tattooed on your palm.
That guy was a friend of mine. Rockets Red Glare. He's in a bunch of movies. He was in Big.
It's Red Glare.
Gosh,
He's a
his
real
real
actor.
name.
He was in Trees Lounge with Steve Buscemi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's passed away. But he used to be a bouncer at this club called UK Club on 13th and 3rd. I used to go in my cocaine days. And but he's the guy in talk radio that shot Bogosian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with the bad teeth, the fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a compliment.
We're gonna take.
It's not a compliment, James.
We're going to take another break. We got to catch up a little
melted candle.
bit. We went way long with the Howie stuff, so we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we almost forgot the deaf reporter talking about burn victims.
Oh,
Then we
man,
started
there were a couple
yesterday.
of more segments.
And also, Survivor started last night, and I saw it, whatever.
Didn't Howard also invent weather and gravity?
We'd all be floating off into
Yeah.
space if it wasn't for him. Thank God for him.
Maybe we can talk about Survivor for a few minutes. The reason I say maybe, because Jimmy's favorite columnist had a lot to say about Survivor.
And who is that?
Linda Stacy.
What do you expect?
Stassi.
What do you expect?
Is it
She's a
Stassi?
fat hen. Everything she says should be said over a clothesline.
So, some of the jokes she has
She's
is just terrific.
Awful writer for the New York Post who tries to be relevant and funny, and she's neither.
Let me see her dead hand picture.
She has a picture. Every
yeah.
stupid columnist has to have their picture, and hers is a fat suburban pig face tilted with a cadaver hand propping it up. It's a white dead person's hand propping her face up. You're not a comic in 1982. I hate her.
Oh, that headshot.
Jimmy can't stand her. By the way, for the most part, most of the columnists writing about Survivor that debuted last night with the whole race thing, we're like, it's no big deal. But Linda Stacy, Stassi, whatever, she thinks it's a big deal.
Oh, of course she does.
We'll get into that, and we'll get into Karen Meyer, the deaf reporter, talking about burn victims next. It's the O&A virus spreading across America. We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Otto and George in studio.
Doodle-doo.
You got the plug finally, Otto?
Yeah, Northeast Philly, Best Western, 11.
This is the worst plug I've
Oh,
heard.
my God.
Give me it.
It's right in front of you.
I'll be on
Do you need reading?
somewhere in,
That was the worst plug I've ever. It's south of Maine.
It's somewhere in the Northeast.
I'll be somewhere over there. My mother and father, they were there.
Over there. All right.
You're in Northeast Philly.
Northeast Philly.
Okay.
Comedy Cabaret, Northeast Philly. I believe it's next Friday night. Am I correct?
There is not one person in this apartment without a jealous nature.
I think it's Friday the 22nd, which is this weekend.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
What?
No one's going to show up at his gig.
He's doing a Pennsylvania gig the night before us. That's why. All right.
Oh.
No.
Wipe your slates clean.
Yeah, let's start over.
I'm plugging tonight's
over.
show.
Tonight, which is, what's the date? September 16th.
15th.
Oh, my God. Okay, wipe again.
Right?
Wait. Okay, let's start over. The Otto and George plug by Lil Jimmy Norton.
Tonight, Friday, September 15th. Tomorrow, Saturday, September the 16th, Otto and George will be appearing at the Comedy Cabaret in Northeast Philadelphia. Here's the phone number. Oh, this should be easy to remember, too. 215-676-JOKE. That's right, folks. 215-676-JOKE.
Not as bad as
No, Vinny's
It's joke.
Vinny should be decapitated like a contractor for that one. 215-676 tonight, Northeast Philly Comedy Cabaret, and tomorrow night
at the Best Western.
Yes.
Okay.
And it will sell out. It's a small club, so get tickets.
Yeah, it's a good show, and Johnny O's on the bill too. I give a shout out to my friend Johnny O.
You're doing 2 shows or 1 tonight?
One a night. It's a
yeah.
cinch.
Right.
Johnny O will throw punches.
Oh, and Anthony's got something too.
Yes, we have to remind people that we have a MacBook. Little MacBook giveaway.
Ooh.
5 of them we got. Jiminy Cricket. Send us your 30-second or less production piece about the Opie and Anthony show. And the week of October 2nd, we'll announce the best 5 entries. Submit your entry at 923freefm.com. That's 923freefm.com by September 29th at 9 a.m. You could win the new MacBook. It has everything you could need to explore all your creative possibilities. And you can take it anywhere you want to go. That's right. Head to the Apple Store or go to apple.com to check it out. I guess we're going to start playing some of the better entries on Monday.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, maybe Monday we'll actually get stuff done with the radio show.
And I have to say, tomorrow night I'll be at SUNY Delhi, upstate New York. Go to frontgatetickets.com. My one show in upstate New York this year.
All right.
$15, you chiselers.
Mr. 1940.
$5 for students. So pretend you're a student. Go, I lost my books.
Come on, buy a ticket, you lousy screw.
Yeah.
Hand me that rock.
Buy a ticket, pinch penny.
Remember, no heat is allowed in the auditorium.
All right, listen. Survivor started last night, the new season, Cook Islands. And there was a lot of talk about this season because they decided to divide the teams in races.
Into race, just like real life.
Yeah, they have a black team, they got a Hispanic team, they got an Asian team, and they got a white American team, I guess.
Whitey.
And just whitey in general, yeah. And, man, John Lou was up in arms and all these people.
Harumph.
And, it created a great buzz for Survivor.
It really did. Kind of brought it back again.
And now the show was on last night, and now people are writing about it. And pretty much most people are saying, what was the big deal? Let's see. I don't know the name of this guy's column. I want to give him credit. But he says, the controversial Cook Islands edition of Survivor began last night, and the veteran CBS reality series established quickly that any change of racism were unfounded. Any charges of racism were unfounded, Dividing tribes along ethnic lines was just another way to keep the game fresh, introduce a new variant, and get attention, all of which worked. Racist? It sure didn't seem like it to me, this writer is saying. What happened?
Nothing. I'm looking at Iraq.
Why?
Because he's playing with the video camera.
Oh, he's bored today.
So I just typed "knock it off, Iraq" into the text, hoping he could read, but...
That's the Pal Talk camera. You'll learn about that soon, Fort Michigan.
The K is silent.
There wasn't any taunting of one tribe to another, and the only ethnic humor was uttered and enjoyed by tribe members in their own surroundings.
And even if there was ethnic humor uttered, who cares?
They showed...
so it was okay if the Asians made fun of themselves?
Exactly.
Well, they showed a preview of next week, and one of the Asian guys is doing Asian jokes.
Must be good
really?
ones.
Yeah.
Because they're all so funny.
Where's the outrage?
They're doing it because you can, because they're Asian.
Are they as funny as that fan?
Well,
no one's as funny as that fan. I mean, come on. And, so basically he's like, what's the big deal, okay? Mm-hmm. Linda.
Stacy or Stassi?
Stassi.
I just pronounce it pig. This ugly slob who writes for the New York Post, and she's a cornball.
They should take
language, young man.
I don't mean to be so fresh.
Wow.
She's trying to be funny and interesting, and it's like, you're not.
For her first line, she should have her typewriter taken away. Because, she still does her column on an old-fashioned... Oh, yeah. I ain't changing. I'm not changing. This is how I started in the business.
That's why she's got that dead white hand from slapping the carriage back.
Yeah. Putting white out over anything that might have been funny in her column. I laughed so hard I had to buckle myself out of my couch. Did you, pig? Did you really?
Why do these columnists insist on trying to be funny? If you're a funny person and you can get away with it, great. But they all try to throw that little funny line in, and it bombs horribly.
This is why I'd like to blow anthrax in her fat face.
Listen to this opening line from Linda Stassi. She doesn't like the new Survivor because it's racist.
The subheading is TV ought to be ashamed of itself.
Again.
It certainly should, Linda. Good point. And this is Fatso's first line. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Hey, she's original, too.
She certainly is. And for once, I'm actually in a position to do something about it. What is that you're in a position to do something about?
What position is she in to do anything about it?
The dead body hand propping up your mullet face in your stupid headshot? She has a mullet.
Oh, dude, you're reading the wrong Linda Stassi column. They gave her 2.
Oh, did they really? As they should have, Opie.
Go to the other side.
But I like the how she's not going to take it anymore.
Where? Opie, where?
Because that is she's talking about the Nancy Grace suicide scandal and the Anna Nicole Smith thing, which we can get into no problem. But
I'm sorry.
Here it is.
Oh, I got scared.
They gave her 2 stories.
No, they gave her one. It was broken. It was
columns.
2 columns.
She said, okay, you're right. She gave it 2 stars.
Yeah.
She said, maybe we should just call it Amazing Race-ist. LOL.
I didn't see it
another
coming.
show called Amazing Race, and this should be called
Amazing. I didn't see it coming.
That hyphen is a hoot.
Hey, what about the headline?
I don't know what it means. A diss, D-I-S-S, and under it, G, and then in parentheses, race. How much wordplay can you do?
A disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
Disgrace.
Oh, that is such a reach.
She's such a hack. Maybe we should just call it Amazing Race-ist.
All right.
Yeah, she's clever. But let's get to more.
I can't wait to be invited to your cocktail
Let's
party.
hear her pale white guilt.
Yeah, of course it is. I'm talking about the last night's newest, much-hyped season of Survivor, in which the teams are divided by ethnicity, or, as host Jeff Probst. I hate his name. If you have a B, an S, and a T in a row in your name, change it, Jeff. Jeff Probst. What a douche he sounds like. Who's this? Jeff Probst is calling.
Probst. With a soft T. Probst.
You can't put like a B and a T together.
Why would you? No one does.
Or an S or a Probst.
Describes them. Asian Americans, Latinos, African Americans, and Caucasians. How come only some of us are Americans? Why is it if you're Asian, you're an American, if you're African, you're an American, but if you're white, you're just a good deed doer? Just a spreader of sunshine. Conspicuously missing are American Americans, a.k.a. Native Americans.
Conspicuously?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What?
They're all drunk somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
We couldn't find any of them that were sober.
That's right. They're either alcoholics or iron workers or both. Not to mention that old Survivor standby, bartending Americans.
Oh, my God. Opie just fell out of his chair and
women are funny.
knocked over the garbage.
Women are funny.
Uh-oh. Go get the interns.
Did you spill?
Everything.
Who cares? Let them pick it up. And don't get the white ones.
I couldn't help myself. It was so funny. I'm picking up everyone else's breakfast.
Let it go. Let them do it.
Eggs, coffee, fruit.
While he's picking that up, I got to read something from Steve from Bayshore, who was actually just quoting the brilliant Ron Bennington from Ron and Fez's show. They were talking about this, and he said the blacks will be good at sports, the Hispanics will be good at gardening, the Asians will be good at math, and the whites will land on the moon. Ron Bennington. From the Ron and Fez show.
I got to tell you, I was watching last night, and it just gives you permission to make racist jokes as you're watching, though.
Of course.
It's a lot of fun. Because their first challenge, the teams, they had to put together some kind of boat so they could paddle out to get like a torch or whatever it was.
So what are the jokes? Of course.
The black team didn't get their boat together right away, and I'm saying, well, that's because they're scared if the boat doesn't work, they're going to fall in the water and they're not going to be able to swim back to shore.
Either that or they built a boat where they just lay on the bottom of it, head to foot.
That's the fun of the game, though.
And the cruise takes 3 months.
Right. But they're sitting in the water.
Okay.
They're sitting in the water up to their waists, and they're taking their time putting the boat together because they're like, they don't want to risk it and paddle out there
That's risky.
over their heads. I'm telling you, this is going to be the greatest Survivor
And the Asian
ever.
team builds a big junk that is later boarded by a PT boat, and everyone is shot.
All right, getting back to Linda
Young
Stassi.
Captain.
This is what I love about her, is the fact that she would criticize something for being racially charged, and you write for the New York Post. The drivel this newspaper pushes is with Fat Nick from Brooklyn. Your paper is racially obsessed, just like that stupid John Liu, he's Asian, and that's all he sees himself as.
Yeah.
That's all he views himself as. And it's okay for them to identify themselves and use race, but as soon as a TV show does it, that's exploitation. I just can't stand her. I really don't want to read the whole
separatist.
column. She's an unfunny cornball. You want to read it? I hate her. I hate her. She's a dead body hand. None of it was highlighted. I don't know what's interesting.
Dead body hand. Nothing. It's her article.
I don't know. After bartending Americans, do you understand why women are not particularly funny?
It's just a TV show. She writes, problem is what these strangers do, whether they like it or not, reflect on their whole ethnic group on a national scale.
Why? Why does that affect your ethnic people? Why?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I don't either.
How does that reflect on other ethnicities? Typical stupid white.
The Asian tribe, including
Are you kidding me?
was I couldn't attempt to pronounce that name, was very conscious about the possibility of racial stereotyping, yet the members fell right into the typical Asian stereotype by swiftly figuring out two intricate giant puzzles. Those Asians, are they smart or what? Let me tell you what the intricate puzzle was.
What?
You had to, like, make the letter N, and the letter S, and the letter W, and the letter E.
With various puzzle pieces?
Yeah.
Wow, I'll take 2 G's for 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
Was there anything in the puzzle solving that involved a small mule?
By the way, problem is what these strangers do, whether or not they like it, reflects on the whole ethnic group on a national scale. Why don't you write something like that about a gang? Stupid. Let's see how much balls you have.
Ooh.
Why don't you write something like that about a black gang and how that reflects on blacks as blacks? I would love to see you have the moral courage to write that.
No.
Well, Jimmy, speaking of the blacks, the Schwoogies, if you will, the African Americans also fell into a typical racist stereotype, but a much more demeaning one, when they had the worst time trying to put together the puzzles. Rednecks all over will be screaming with joy.
Now, what?
What?
I don't understand this.
Why is rednecks okay?
God, Linda.
Why is that okay to lump all white people with rednecks?
It's okay to say redneck?
Linda
what a
Stassi
guilty
has
liberal dope.
I was going to say, Linda Stassi has some of that white guilt.
Of course she does.
That Jimmy taught us all about.
Some of it.
That white guilt.
She's better than black people, so she needs to talk to them like they're children because they're not equals and they don't understand what she's saying.
Did they have trouble with the puzzle?
I don't know.
Then what's the problem?
Probably.
Why comment on it that's a stereotype? Her commenting that the black team not being able to solve a puzzle is a racial stereotype. God. That's racism. Right there.
Instead of realizing that maybe there's 6 dopes who couldn't do
maybe
a puzzle.
maybe they're just stupid people. Maybe they're just stupid human beings that can't put a friggin' puzzle together.
The team that loses, and all of a sudden she thinks it's an issue of melanin.
Yeah.
What, we got a call on the line that doesn't agree?
Jason in Georgia has something. Yes.
All right.
Jason?
I'm sure it'll be good.
Up and out. How y'all?
There you go.
Hey, Mike.
Quick question for you. What do you think about the white people just maybe hiring the Mexican tribe to build their...
You're not from around here, are you, boy?
Stupid accent.
You wanted to say, but
The Waffle House.
This is the first phone call of the day, by the way. And what Jason wanted to say was, did the Mexican team build the whites camp?
They're Latino.
We get it.
There's Caucasian, Latino, and then Asian American, African American.
Latino. Right.
All right. Well, it goes on. Mark Burnett, the British-born creator of Survivor, clearly has such disdain for this country, which made him incredibly rich, that he said the reason he created a race-based season is because America has a history of bad things happening to certain races, and that he grew up where such things never happened.
Where?
And then
Venus?
And then she writes, right.
Right.
Well, technically, maybe Mark Burnett has a point because there was a bunch of people who left England to get freedom and then took slaves. I'm not saying it didn't happen over there. I don't know if it did or not. History is for fags.
Well, they kind of... Very good.
I don't know where it happened.
For fags.
All right, I learned that today.
About their English colonization.
Yeah.
All that.
Oh, they're naughty.
Enslaving the people in... history's for
right.
fags.
No, I can't defend Mark Burnett. You're right.
I just pray they have a spear throwing contest.
Oh, me too.
Pray they go the distance.
Who can detooth this lion the fastest and make a necklace out of it?
Please, Mark Burnett, please.
We've got various size plates.
Right.
We're going to see who could get the biggest ones in your lower lip. Go.
Yeah.
Meantime, people in other countries who are all of one race fight for thousands of years over religious differences, while we diverse Americans get along pretty darn well.
Yeah, we certainly do. L.A. riots. Good point.
This
Katrina, we do.
idiot doesn't even see that we are this close to a race war.
She's a dummy.
Yeah.
She's a dummy.
She thinks her article is going to change human nature. There's hatred in man. You know, it's
It's just the way we are.
But she's such a coward that she would write that their behavior is indicative of their race, and because they couldn't solve the puzzles because they're black.
Because they're black. She said it.
Well, she's saying that that's what Survivor is doing.
Yeah.
But she won't even point at her own disgusting newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
her thinking is all effed up.
Yeah, she's a silly goose. Pardon my French. I'm going to open a hole like this.
Let's go to Marion. Marion?
Yes.
Hey.
The Vietnamese guy on Survivor, his name is Cowboy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even though it's spelled...
Yeah, it's spelled C-A-O-B-O-I. All right, Cowboy. Cowboy it is, then. Thanks for correcting me. Skewing Survivor so that it appears like we're a country divided along racist ethnic lines is just plain wrong.
Ew.
Why?
What are you... Are you nuts? Are you nuts?
That's how this whole country works.
Yeah, but we are all divided on racial lines.
You ever been to a place called Chinatown?
Yeah.
It's full of Chinese people.
Little Italy?
You ever been to Little Italy? You ever been uptown, Harlem?
You ever see the Puerto Rican Day Parade, the Irish Day Parade?
Yeah.
Do you ever see, all we have is ethnic parades. All we have in this stupid city, we have Black History Month. All we have is ethnic pride.
Yeah.
We're obsessed with ethnicity.
We can't drive around Manhattan on the weekends because there's a parade every single weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, is she a naive,
The whole country is very divided along racial lines.
Here's how you know she stinks on every level. While we diverse Americans get along, and she wrote pretty darned well.
Yes.
Who talks like that?
I would love to put a microphone in her car when she's driving home, in her house when she's watching the news, because I bet she talks just like I do.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that nigger cut me off. You're right.
Wouldn't you love to hear Linda Stassi just drop the N-bomb as she's being cut off? Or talk about how Asians can't drive, or just something.
Just the fact that this dummy thinks that we're not divided along racial lines. I don't know. Does anybody remember the O.J. verdict?
Mm-hmm.
It was almost a 99-to-1 reaction on each side.
Yeah.
Whites were appalled, blacks were happy. If that doesn't tell you that we're divided, what did you think that was divided by? Height or sock thickness?
Yeah.
You dumb bitch. You dumb bitch.
All right, well.
Oh, my God, does she suck.
So I'll say it again here. Skewing Survivors so that it appears like we're a country divided along racist ethnic lines is just plain wrong. Interesting that Burnett claims to have grown up in a place without bigotry, and yet he's created a show based on that very concept.
On bigotry. Why is it bigotry?
Why? You see it as bigotry. Why can't you just see it as people competing?
Linda Stacy from the New York Post is just an irrelevant, ugly woman with a mullet.
Oh, that's a little harsh.
Is that all she does
like
is
that.
write about television? That's all
She's a
she
TV
does?
critic.
Yeah.
Oh,
TV critic.
Jesus.
And she's got that soccer mom point of view.
That's right, she does.
Let me tell you, when I play mahjong with my friends, they're of all ethnicities.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
They're white, and whiter.
Yeah, I'm sure when you're having tea together, it's all diverse, right?
I'm sure black people are coming over.
Oh, yeah.
The Stassi residents.
Or is it that the black people, well, probably the black people are, pushing your baby carriage.
Yeah, there you go. The Hispanics, are out doing your lawn.
Yeah.
And the Asians, what are they doing?
Probably serving the tea.
Doing her laundry.
Doing the laundry.
They're doing her laundry. So, yeah, she's
got diversity in her life.
A lot of diversity in her house.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
Stop it. Hypocrite.
Liar, liar. You're a liar.
Pants on fire.
Liar, liar. Mullen
I like
on fire.
to say. Mullen.
All right, listen. Deaf reporter.
Mom bunt pants on fire.
Deaf reporter from yesterday.
What?
and your midlife crisis.
What?
Your midlife crisis thing.
What's that?
Doing the
we got an update on Anthony's car that he wants. We'll do that next.
Not a midlife crisis. I have to defend myself.
All right, you can do that. Otto and George in studio playing somewhere in Northeast Philly. That's all we got out of him
Tonight
so far.
and tomorrow night, Comedy Cabaret in Northeast Philly. It's in a Best Western, and I'll be in upstate New York at SUNY Delhi, and we're all going to have a lot of laughs.
Thanks, James. I love your sock joke.
Ooh, me
Very
too.
funny.
Sock and thickness. I got it out without tripping on it. LOL.
And I will be buying drinks at F.H. Riley's all weekend long.
All weekend?
400 New York Avenue in Huntington, my brother's restaurant in Huntington Village.
Drink blowout from Opie.
Can please a bunch of listeners show up? If you understood how newsworthy what you just heard is, please, I want 1,000 listeners to show up at F.H. Riley's.
Why? When you only need 3 from Whackbag. You know those drunks.
I'm going to try to invite
drink that place dry.
Some of my friends, have a little dinner there.
Yeah?
See how the joint's doing, yeah.
What am I doing Friday?
Come on.
Friday night?
Where is it open?
Talking tonight?
Huntington,
Tonight I might be at another restaurant with my mom in Greenlawn.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll go to F.H. Riley's, my bro's restaurant, for drinks later tonight. And then I think I might eat there tomorrow night.
Because I really just want to get drunk off my ass and drive my new car.
All right, we'll talk about that next. How's that?
Okay.
All right, it's the ONA virus spreading across America.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Are you having a good radio show?
Thanks for cutting my strawberries today, by the way, Kenny. Greatly appreciated. Sorry, Jimmy. Figured I'd throw myself under the bus. Just getting ready for my little bowl of cereal. And the blueberries, we're at the end of blueberry season. So Kenny decided to take it upon himself to bring in another choice, and it was strawberries. And then he asked me if I wanted them cut.
If he acknowledges that he actually cut the strawberries of another man, I'll never make eye contact with him again.
There's a picture of Kenny holding an umbrella as I walk down the sidewalk from yesterday's walkover on OpieandAnthony.com.
Aren't those the worst pictures?
Looks ridiculous.
He probably cut them the same way they cut the garlic in Goodfellas. Just gentle slices which were perfect for cereal. Don't bother me, I'm measuring thickness.
Yeah, you know it has to be a perfect slice.
Of course it does. Each one just so.
All right. There's the picture of Kenny holding an umbrella for me yesterday.
It looks like a Hummel.
Oh, my God, it does look
They're like
a
figurines. The Boston Dummy. That's the one that one's called.
God, it makes me look like I'm a midget.
Kenny's a big boy.
And by the way, Anthony, someone held an umbrella for you yesterday as well.
That's right.
And Jimmy, someone held one for you
someone
as well.
Someone held a diaphragm for me. It didn't keep me dry. I'm a little fella, and it didn't keep me dry. That umbrella stunk.
Wow. You had one of those little clown umbrellas.
It looks like Gene Kelly walking hand in hand with the Chrysler Building with a bad blazer on.
Very good, Otto. All right, a couple things. We got to do the football picks.
Football picks.
We got $10,000 up for grabs. Thanks to Dish Network. Call 1-888-8-GET-DISH. 1-888-GET-DISH. The football picks are sponsored by Dish Network. More football for you, better TV for all. Okay? We're going to do that before we get out of here. And whoever has the best record at the end of the season will win the $10,000. Now, what's going on? It's the guys behind the scenes that are doing the football picks. And I'm doing them as well along with the guys, but I'm just like picking my teams out of a hat and stuff. And the first week I did pretty well. What did I do? 2 out of 5?
2, I think.
And that's good?
Well, because I'm not trying.
That's 40%.
That's the bit. I'm not trying, and I'm not in last place, by the way.
Why are you not trying, by the way?
Because they work hard. They don't make any money.
No, you're assuming if you tried, you just beat everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You're being very, like...
No, you're right. You got to call me out on that. You're right.
He's saying he won't use his gifts for
That's
right, exactly.
I have a gift when it comes to picking games. You're right.
Do you?
No. No, I think it's actually the other way. I have the sports curse.
Yeah,
so,
but I think you have a better chance.
I think this is better.
Just picking them at random than you do if you would pick them with any logic.
It's hacky radio, to be honest with you. Like, just imagine if I actually win the whole season by just doing it, picking the games in stupid ways. Then I win the $10,000, and I want to throw it from a helicopter from one of the cities we broadcast in.
They're chasing me, Robin.
So I really do. I want to take $10,000 if I win this, thanks to Dish Network. More football for you, better TV for all. 1-888, get Dish. And I want to throw my $10,000 out from a helicopter over one of the cities we broadcast. But you're saying I should really try.
I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I was just saying that you're being very presumptuous by saying, like, I'm throwing the guys a bone by not picking them like you're, the greatest guy ever.
The faithful listeners know about my sports curse.
So you would...
Every team I pick loses.
So you would pick a team and then go the opposite and absolutely win.
So I figure I have better odds of getting some winners here if I'm just doing it in dumb ways. Like today I want Otto to... Oh, we got some whack job. I hope that's not one of ours.
Oh, I certainly hope it is.
Oh, wow, what a...
Oh, he turned around.
Is it a bit?
He turned around. He's yelling at the guy.
Are they doing a bit?
Oh, is it a bit?
Yeah, it's funny, too.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Oh, yeah, he just pushed me. What?
Wow. That guy's
funny. Was that hacky?
But he has, like, a really long, thin head. This guy's very funny.
Oh, that's it. We ought to bring back the assault on the media just for this guy. Just for this guy.
Oh, the guy
to show him what it's really like.
Was that a bit? Yeah, it had to be.
Of course it is. You know how fast they would have muscled.
Oh, my God, of course it's a bit. That's my friend.
Who?
The guy that was just jumping up and down. He's a cameraman for Fox 5.
That's your friend?
Yeah,
Tell your friend he stinks on camera.
He's a good guy.
He may be a terrific guy, but on camera, he doesn't make love to it.
He's a really good guy, actually.
Thank you.
All right, so that was...
What time does your wife get home?
I'll be at your gym or the other joint.
All right. What am I going to do here? Oh, you want to talk about your midlife crisis?
Well, they're calling it a midlife crisis.
People are saying.
People are saying. Message boards are saying. I just see it as, they always call certain things a midlife crisis when
they are.
You just weren't able to do those things in your 20s for, financial reasons, perhaps. I purchased a motor vehicle yesterday. I wanted a car.
Yeah.
I've been driving SUVs for a long time. I'm still keeping my SUV because I wanted a fun car. And, it's not a car you drive in the snow or lousy weather or anything like that.
Or on ice.
Or on ice, something like that. So I decided I want to buy a car. And what am I going to do? Go out and buy, a Taurus?
Attaboy.
I don't want to buy a Taurus. I don't want to buy a Saturn. I don't want to buy, I want to buy something that's fun. It's just there for fun. It's not a car you commute in. It's not a car you, drive a lot. So I bought a 2007 Shelby GT500.
You could zip right to the Hamptons in that.
No, I don't go to the Hamptons. I do not go to the Hamptons.
It's a nice car, man.
This is just a car to have some fun with. But apparently, a few people think it's a midlife crisis. But I see midlife crisis as you're in a point in your life where you're not happy with where you are. Maybe you're married, you got kids. You feel like, your best years are behind you, and you're doing something to, get over a crisis. I'm having a pisser.
Yeah.
I'm having a field day over here. And this lifestyle has afforded us the opportunity to purchase some toys like that.
You show none of the signs of midlife crisis, to be very honest with you. Normally that's like to say, like, a guy who played, like, a lot of video games, have a much younger girlfriend, drive a sports car.
Okay, look, I've done that forever. Look, I was dating a 13-year-old at 19.
Attaboy, Jerry Lee.
I also was playing video games. I played Star Raiders on an Atari 800.
I soiled diapers. I got over it.
So I... never win.
It's actually a really nice car. And I'm sure Philip Seymour Hoffman would like to show Mark Wahlberg.
You want to kiss me? You want to kiss me on the mouth?
You like the color?
Oh, yeah, I painted it like yours. So I went out. These are very hard to find, by the way.
I like your name a lot.
The best scene when he's holding that boom mic and he can't control his breathing and he's shaking.
Dirk Diggler, what a great movie.
Dirk Diggler.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Oh, man.
1 minute left in the period.
Nice car.
Thank you, Bill Burr.
Yeah, so, these things are pretty hard to find. And somebody on Pal Talk yesterday told me of a dealership that had a few of these. You get down there, they're all gone. He's got one left, and it was because some poor guy going through a midlife crisis, I guess, couldn't swing the money for some reason. So it was all prepped, ready to go, and I took it. That's it.
It looks like it might have a loud engine, like really loud when you rev it up or anything.
It purrs. It
purrs?
hums.
It does?
It's supercharged. It's 500 horsepower.
Wow.
So it's a monster. And I know that a lot of people have already heard, dude, you should have gotten a Vet. The Vet gets, and then they throw a bunch of stats at you like I'm going to be at the track on the weekends with this thing.
No.
I won't, believe me, I will not even attain the potential of this vehicle.
Yeah.
It's not like I need, an extra quarter of a second taken off my quarter mile time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to have fun with this. It's a fun driving vehicle. And that's what it is. But I'll tell you how nerve-wracking it is to drive a new car like that home. And it's a shift. It doesn't come in an automatic. 6-speed manual. You got to shift.
Nice car.
And, man, anyone gets next to you? Oh, thanks.
What do you get? Oh, you just were handed something nice.
What is that?
Keys to a police car?
That's pretty much what I'm going to need.
That's pretty much what he just gave you.
All I see is going about a quarter mile every time I get pulled over. It's just going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But midlife crisis, I don't know. I would say no.
No, midlife crisis just means you can finally afford stuff.
Yeah. Like, why is it considered that? If I could afford something nice when I was 25, I'd have done that, too.
You would have got this at 22 years old. No problem.
It does depend on what someone's doing with their motors. Like, when older guys, when a guy's 50 and he gets, like, a long earring and grows a rat tail and gets something that's
a midlife crisis.
That's a midlife crisis.
But just buying something you finally can afford, I don't know.
Well, you just...
What
you just did, I hated, because the faster you go, the more danger you are of hitting something. Which, listen here, paycheck.
No.
Why don't you stop? I want you to, like, all helmeted up in little scooters doing 8 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I still commute in my big beast.
I want you to live across the street and go home in a rickshaw.
We're just getting into this. We'll have to talk about this more on Monday, Anthony. First half of the Opie and Anthony show is over. We're heading over to XM. If you're not joining us, thanks so much for checking out the Opie and Anthony show.
Absolutely.
By the way, I'm going to just show you how powerful I am when it comes to picking games.
Oh.
I studied it, and these are my picks. I did not pick them out of a hat. I'm just proving you this is how great I am.
Yes.
Okay? And then we'll go back to picking them out of a hat next week, because I'm going to do really well now.
All right, good idea.
Because I looked at all the games. I take the Lions over the Bears. I take the Giants over the Eagles. Sorry, Philly. I take the Redskins over Jimmy's Cowboys.
No!
I take the 49ers over the Rams.
Ooh.
And, of course, Steelers over the Jaguars. Those are my picks this week. Watch how well I do.
That's right. Take the mirror image of that, and you're in good shape.
Oh, and I got to thank, it was McCarville Ford out in Center East that actually had it. Thank you, McCarville
we're not going to leave that alone. We're going to get into this big time on Monday.
I want to ride.
Yes.
We'll do a whole thing on midlife crisis stuff. Otto, thank you so much.
Somewhere in North America.
Northeast Philly.
Tonight,
Best
tomorrow.
Western.
Yeah. Comedy Cabaret.
Comedy Cabaret. We highly recommend if you're in the area to stop by and check out Otto and George. They're great.
Thank you, my brother.
And they're on the Cleveland O&A Traveling Buyers. Tickets are now $10 for that.
$10
That's
show.
going to be great.
I'll be
Ticketmaster.
I'll be at SUNY Delhi tomorrow night, and next weekend I'm finally coming to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Is that next weekend?
No, we'll be in Cleveland. I don't know.
Just shut up. I ruined
the end of the month, Jimmy. End of the month.
Suck.
All right. Have a great weekend.